Hello everyone, Jorge here with Avalus Cloud Native and Nexus Technologies. So today is Thursday, August 8, 2024. So it is 8/8/2024. And I got to make this video about hyperlayer. What is a hyperlayer? Let's write down this over here. We're making content of all kinds. So today we're going to talk about blockchain. Okay. And what is a blockchain? Blockchain is a peer-to-peer network, okay? Peer-to-peer, all right? So what else does peer-to-peer have? This one have a ledger. Basically, a ledger is like the accounting book. It's like a database which keeps tracks of all the transactions, right? So what happened with peer-to-peer network? It means that, let's put it in yellow here. There is no middleman. Oh, there is no middleman, no servers checking everything for permission or for seeing what you're doing in the computer, right, in the network. So what is blockchain again? It is a peer-to-peer network. It has a layer, right? I'm trying to go so basic in here so people can get the concept, okay? And there is no middleman. And there is a few different frameworks out there. There is, let's start with it. There is decentralized blockchain, and there is centralized or enterprise blockchains. Okay. So which ones are decentralized? Decentralized. So we know about Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Sui, Sei, Arbitrum, Polygon, you name it. All these ones are decentralized blockchains. But there is also frameworks for people trying to develop centralized blockchains with frameworks, Hyperledger, Corda, and some others. What's the difference between the centralized and decentralized blockchain? Well, in the decentralized, anyone can go there and throw an application. How do we call these applications? Smart contracts. So now we have these applications, better known as smart contracts, running on top of the blockchain. They can run on the centralized or decentralized, depending on the operating system of the programming language. For example, Solana, which is decentralized, use the Rust programming language, but also now it use the Solidity programming language, right? Why? Because it is EVM compatible. This is a special computer from Ethereum, and now this computer, or this how do you call this, compiler, is basically, it is on every network. So in most networks now, decentralized, you can use Solidity and decentralized networks, right? So what's the difference between centralized and decentralized? Again, in the decentralized, anyone can go there and throw in a smart contract. Anything, could be anything, an application, right? But in decentralized, you have more control, right? You can actually decide who participates in the network, what nodes appears, right? You can decide what persons or organizations put the smart contract, who have access to the layer. You can have many layers, many databases, and you control every single point, every single node, every single smart contract, every single organization, you control everything. And it still has the same value as a decentralized. Why? Because it's actually more secure because you control it, right? So decentralized got a lot of popularity because no one had control of decentralized, which you have the goods and you have the bads, right? Like the meme coins and meme coin communities, they throw a lot of smart contracts in there. Sometimes they have no use cases. For example, myself, I would love to deploy a blockchain with Canadians and help with the regulations and adoption and all the legal stuff. So you're learning a lot of stuff today: blockchain, peer-to-peer network, and there is nodes or peers, right? And every node have a copy of the smart contracts, and the nodes or peers, they have a copy of the ledger to a copy of the smart contracts, right? So you may ask yourself, who decides what computers participate in the transaction? Because it doesn't have to be cryptocurrency. A lot of people get stuck here with cryptocurrency the moment you say blockchain. It's not like that. So let's say that I take this, right? Could be my phone, my hat, or I'm just blinking. That's a transaction. I can make everything a transaction, and I will put it on the blockchain and stamp it on the ledger of the blockchain, right? It could be in the decentralized with an application that they develop with a graphical user interface, a web page integrated with the blockchain. It could be in a centralized blockchain, right? So where did you want to be? Did you want to be in decentralized, or do you want to be in centralized? All depending, because if the government is asking you for frameworks, regulations, ISO, NIST, or any framework that that it has something to do with privacy or security, right? Most likely on the decentralized, you cannot provide those documents, but on the centralized network, you can provide any documents you want, right? Because you own the network, you own the peers. Right now, if you're gonna do an assessment of the Ethereum network, I don't think you're gonna get what you're looking for. But on the centralized network, if you know where all the computers are, you have access to them, you can run and scan and give to the government whatever they're asking for, right? So again, this is just an introduction to blockchain, peer-to-peer, no middle server, smart contracts. They go on top of the blockchain. There is centralized, there is decentralized blockchain, right? There is a ledger. There is frameworks for centralized enterprise blockchain like Hyperledger, Corda. There is different programming language. Let's say, for example, Solana use Rust and Solidity now. Ethereum use Solidity. Polygon, most likely, I think you use Solidity too. The most common ones are Go or Golang, Rust, Solidity, and of course, if you know JavaScript, Java, TypeScript, awesome, that's great. Those programming language are in demand. That's for backend and stuff too. But if you want to do more like front end, React is the programming language to go. So this video already have 8 minutes. What can we say about blockchain, centralized, decentralized, Corda, Hyperledger, EVM, and eventually I would love to deploy a private centralized blockchain with a Hyperledger, and I'm going to have people to be developing the apps or layer 3 applications in my blockchain, which I will be hosting home here. Even if you have only 3 or 4 peers, we go from there. And since we are automating everything, every new developer in the future will have a web top, a computer that I will give them access, and then that code will be scanned. That code will be basically being monitored every time. We are going to be monitoring everything you do on the host, where we develop securely using best practices for the software development lifecycle. We practice DevSecOps heavily. We use GitLab. We use containers. We use automation. We get ready your labs for whatever you do. Okay, we show you how pipelines that work, continuous integration, continuous deployment, all that stuff. So I hope you like this short video about centralized and decentralized blockchain, some programming language they use, the layers, the transaction logs, the how can you have better control of blockchains, and much more. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. My name is Jorge, Avalos Cloud Native and Nexus Technologies. and I'm here to teach. I'm here to enjoy the learning too. I'm here to share anything that I know, and I'm willing to help anyone who is willing to step up when it comes to personal development, grow, and being efficient, having a team, not working by yourself, and much, much more. So I'm gonna put some links in here so you can maybe find out about Hyperledger. You can just type Hyperledger, we'll find that there's communities, Discord, same for Corda. And you kind of have an idea now about smart contracts. So blockchain, the network, smart contracts, applications, let them run on top of the blockchain, centralized blockchain, decentralized blockchain, smart contracts, better call as layer 3 apps, OD apps, decentralized applications, could be centralized applications, right? If you're using Hyperledger, which is centralized blockchain. So you give access to the smart contract to whoever you want. Peer-to-peer networks. It's me and you talking together, basically. No middleman, not the government, not the ISP in the middle, ledger, databases. Pretty basic concepts, and I hope you get it. So thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.